Looking forward to our final mid-major team making their debut here against LSU.
Yeah, this should be a fun game. I'm excited. We got to hear a little bit of Anchors Away just to kind of get everybody pumped to see Navy. That's why I threw that extra one song on there that I wasn't going to do. But I said, you know what? I got to get us hype for Navy. This is their first ever CSBA game, and I'm excited to see what they can do here as LSU starts us off with a 3. What are you looking forward to from these two teams?
I mean, LSU, one of the most capable teams, one of the more capable teams in the CSBA. Very experienced veteran team here, only the one freshman. So, looking forward to them kind of keeping up and improving, of course, from last season. And then for Navy, just kind of seeing how they match up with one of the better teams here in the CSBA.
Yeah, for sure. Navy able to get on the board early on. I actually did not catch who scored their first bucket, so apologies. I wanted to get that to make sure that everybody knew who it was. Apologies, I have to go back and look at that to see who got their first ever points here for the midshipmen. Bean's going to drive, draws the double team. God bless you, wife. Tyre Helmet loses control of the ball. Good active hands by the LSU defense and Tremonti Weston Jr. So 0.7 left on the shot clock here. See if they can get a shot away here, Aaron.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, though. Not a lot of time to really do anything. Beans gets it
and
up,
he
though.
Got it away
it down.
And puts it down. Wow. Jacob Beans. Beans. As my kids like to say, Beans. Ooh, Tremonti Weston Jr. almost threw it away. Gets it over to Kyle Anthony. Up off the glass. No good. Forced it there. Beans up with the rebound. So Navy not able to capitalize the transition, though. Cross-court pass the sniper down to Hinson to Beans. I like the ball moving early here from them, Aaron.
Yeah, Navy's really showing their stuff here early on. A great play so far from this Navy team.
Mississippi River step back Jay is good as he rattles that home. That's a guy for LSU that I am expecting a lot from this season.
Yeah, Rivers, one of a handful of seniors here. Definitely their biggest playmaker here for LSU.
Hellman with a little bit of a forced shot there, no good. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be sad to see Mississippi Rivers. Not only is he a great player, but I'm one of my favorite names in the CSP. I'm going to be sad to see him leave the college ranks after this season. Not going to lie, one of the fun players. Pull-up jumper from the outside. Almost gets it to go as he rattled it in. Backdoor alley-oop to Rack Jones. You're right, Aaron? Do you need some coffee?
I'll get there. I'll get there.
You're a little quiet for me. I'm usually you Mr. Chatty. I mean, I'm just busting your chops, so it's all good. Timeout on the court. LSU up by 5. It's okay. I'm just giving you shit. Don't worry about
it. Divided focus at the moment. My apologies. Trying to do too much.
You, sir, are good. So timeout on the court. A 5-point lead, 39 in the stream. Appreciate you hanging out with us to watch Navy play their first ever game.
Great ball movement here by Navy. A 3-ball. I believe that was Harrison Miller, the small forward, knocking that one down. Collins called for the foul on Keith Ace, one of the sophomores here, the sophomore power forward. Go to the line for 2.
Sorry about that. It was just texting a little behind the scenes stuff, so apologies there. I was a little quiet myself.
We're both trying to do too much. It's fine.
Talking to the person that promotes my channel, she messaged me. And she's like, I didn't know you guys were streaming today. And I said, yes, I sent you the schedule. And I had to show her where I sent her the schedule. She's like, that's my bad. So
it's all good.
11,
still got people here. That's
yeah,
all that matters.
Yeah, for sure. And the numbers are going back up again. We had 60 at the end of last stream, which was nice. 41 here this afternoon right now for this one. Navy looking, I would say Navy looks a little bit better so far from what I've seen. Is Keith going to fire up a 3? Gets it to go, bang! I'd say Navy looking a little bit better than maybe we saw the likes of like Wyoming and Army so far. So midshipmen looking good here early on to start.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely credit to Coach Hellman and his special counsel.
Yeah, his special counsel, Ty White, absolutely has helped him an enormous amount. She's been really instrumental in putting in this Navy. Some of the graphics she did were amazing with the anchors away behind. You know, being a Navy alum, Navy vet herself, you know, I know it meant a lot to her to be the advisor for this team, so it made sense to put her there. Plus, she knows her way around the CSBA, the ins and outs.
Yep, fair enough. As here's Lee Toes.
One of the weirdest names in the CSBA, mind you. There's another one, Jimmy No Hands. Another always a name I'm like, huh? Question mark.
Listen, I don't make the names. I just call them.
I agree. Collins actually good backdoor cut to find NJ Abaya. So Navy sticking around in this one.
Zion Abaya.
Zion, excuse me. I'm thinking about the NJ. There was an NJ last year. Sorry. That's right. He graduated. That was the remake. Apologies. I don't have the sheets up in front of me, so I should. I miss our call sheet. Not gonna lie.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Well, it's about time you did something.
Hey.
Ooh, they almost had another backdoor cut. They get it to him and can't get it as Lalaurie. Madame Lalaurie. Toes for 3. Rims in and out. Keith up with the rebound. He looks to push. Toes going to find. They're going to find. Collins counted in 1. And Navy looking to pull even here.
Yeah, big effort here by Navy. They had a bit of an early deficit here to LSU, but have done a great job. This bench unit for Navy has done excellent pulling back here and almost tying this game up.
There she is. She just popped into stream. There she is. What's up, Ty? We were just talking about you and your amazing job with advising Tyler Hellman on the Navy recruiting and game planning and all that fun stuff. So we gave you a special little shout out. 18-14 LSU on top with a bucket there. Navy playing solid so far here to start this one.
Yeah, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but so far it's only been Air Force that has a win over one of the major teams, correct?
Yeah, yes, but I will say Boise State played Baylor and lost by 10, and Baylor is ranked 13th in the nation, at least in the preseason poll. So Boise State's going to be good. I think Boise State, no offense to Oregon and Canes, and I love Canes, I think Boise State probably would have beaten Oregon as well. Three-pointer is good from Miller. Bang, and it's a one-point game. But, yeah, so far it has just been Air Force.
Interesting. But, I mean, yesterday we did talk with Coach Storm about his kind of feelings going into that game against Baylor. And he's like, as long as we don't lose by 20, it's a win in our books.
Yeah, and they lost by 10, and it was a relatively close game. It stayed in that anywhere from like 5 to 15 point range and kind of just kept going back and forth. But ended up being a 10-point win for Baylor. So good job by Boise State. Did a phenomenal job. Piz even said it too, and I agree. Did an amazing job in recruiting. Probably did, in my board, had the best recruiting class of all of the mid-majors by grabbing the most blue-chip prospects possible. So from a paper perspective, yes, did an amazing job. And like I said, the fact that they pushed Baylor to a 10-point, 67-57 game was impressive.
Yeah, I definitely think Boise State's going to be the favorite to win the Mountain West, and potentially get an upset in the play-in stage of the postseason tournament. I think Air Force right now the favorite in the Patriot League, and I'll talk more about that after this first quarter break.
Yeah, good job. CSBA 20-19, LSU on top by 1. Navy putting up a nice fight here. We'll be right back. Second quarter coming your way. All right, welcome back here to Annapolis. You gonna finish your point there, Aaron. I know you were talking a little bit about the Mountain West.
Yeah, Boise State definitely the early favorite to kind of come out on top of that conference. For the Patriot League, I definitely think it's Air Force, at least with how everything looks on paper so far. Of course, getting that win over Oregon definitely helps, but Navy, how they're playing right now, definitely look like they could give that Air Force team a run for their money.
Without a doubt. I'm going to throw a sub out here to somebody that I've seen in a lot of streams here lately. I want to hook him up. So I believe in Click at Lek. So 22 apiece right now. Hellman, good pass to find Fell. Fell gets blocked by Rack Jones. Quick outlet pass to Mississippi Rivers. Rivers draws the double team. Good find to find Tremonti Weston Jr. cutting to the rib.
Yeah, there've been some small lapses in defense from Navy, but as the season goes on, I have no doubt this Navy team going to close those up as Hellman gives it away to Weston, who converts on the other side. A great effort there, though, by Speedy Sniper trying to get that chase down block.
By the way, Click is from Italy, so we are worldwide here in the CSBA. Click, who's your player? I know, and what team are you on? Just so that I know. I'm trying to remember everybody's where they are, but I haven't gotten them all down yet. There's so many new people this season.
I haven't even tried, I'll be honest.
I know. There's been so many people. It's been very hard to keep track of them all. But this has been a good game here so far. 2 points. Filippo Fell. Okay, so yeah, he's on the court right now. So, okay. So he's on Navy. Rack Jones throws it down. We get up to 60 again. I'll give away some progression points too.
Ooh.
So we're only 12 away, so that's good. We had 60 in the first game. We get up there again. I'll give away some progression points.
Yeah, that's actually big for any of our neighbor or Navy players watching, as well as any of the other mid majors that have players grinding it out in the background.
If we get to 60, I'll give away three 5,000 points to 3 different people. And I'll do a randomizer after, but get us up to 60. We'll do that. So
Wired feeling generous today. I like it.
The support's been there. I can't. If the support's there, I'm going to give back. The support has to be there. When nobody shows up to games, I don't feel very generous because I'm killing myself and nobody's showing up for it. So. Superwoman says give everybody on Navy 5,000. I love you, Ty. You're too funny.
I mean, the 3 players that get these 5,000 points, if we get up to 60 viewers again, could easily be all Navy guys.
She goes, I'll donate all my channel points. Ty, you're gonna want to hold on to them. I don't know if you caught the first stream, and Aaron, I don't know if you heard it either, but Tank, appreciate you, buddy. we got some stuff that you're going to use your progression. You're going to use your viewership points, but we're also going to be giving away some stuff too from activity awards and stuff like that that are going to go on. So the progression guys don't feel slighted. So there's opportunities there as well. But we're going to do player cards. We have something that we can churn them out pretty quickly. I know a lot of people were upset with me that the action shots were not there, but Kyle, who you guys all heard in the booth a few minutes ago, we have a system that we have set up that we can churn them out pretty quick. He's making a database of players. Ty, I know you're going to love this because we're going to have access to all the players. We're going to be able to churn out some cards, some action cards, and we can churn them out pretty quick. So those will be able to be turned over like that. So you're going to want to hold on to some of those points. But in addition to that, we're going to give away some, obviously, it's like from an activity perspective. So
yeah, gotta give credit to Kyle. I've seen some of the content he's been doing, like all of the player of the game stuff, the final score graphics. It's all super professional looking, super cool. Definitely ups the quality of everything.
Yeah,
the league is pushing out.
Yeah, it is, and it's just going to continue to climb. We got a lot of things we haven't even shared yet. I don't know if anybody has caught the tweets that went out last night for player of the game, the action shot player of the game tweets. So if you haven't seen those, go check them out because they're fire, absolutely fire.
Especially that Terry and Baku.
That Terry and Baku one was great.
Oh my god, it's so good.
So good, so good. Just bringing it to another level, guys. Another level. And I apologize that it took me 8 seasons in to get here, but locking up with Kyle and partnering up and two advertising guys getting together from a content perspective, he's opened the door for me, and then all of a sudden all my ideas and his ideas just came flowing out, and we came up with some really good stuff. So I know you have a little bit of insight in there, Aaron. I know I gave you that. Three-pointer, not able to go. A bad shot there by Abaya. Let's get back to the game. But, yeah, a lot of good stuff coming, so.
Yeah, Navy's still keeping it close. It's 6-point lead right now in favor of the Tigers, but this Navy team is keeping pace with LSU right now.
And they've looked good, and they've played well defensively. They've not given LSU a lot of easy looks.
And Brady Olmstead there with some great defense on Ryder Chisholm Jr. to force the miss there.
Good backdoor cut to find Miller, who throws it down.
Yeah, this off-ball movement for Navy, all of these backdoor cuts that I've seen multiple players do here has been just phenomenal.
Ace going to body his way down. Fadeaway J, no good again. Good defense by the midshipman. Gets it out to Miller.
It's KJ Collins there on the defensive pressure.
Keith going to drive. Floater in the lane. Counted and one. Navy playing a really strong game right now. I'm very impressed with their efforts here. Only trailed by 2 with a chance to cut it to 1.
Yeah, Keith Ace not really happy with the foul call there, but Navy's going to take those all day, going to benefit from it. Doesn't hit the free throw, but still lead cut down to 2 now.
Madame Lolori going to get it over to No Hands. No Hands going to bring it outside to Toes. Toes going to get a nice screen there. Step back 3. Good, clean look. Can't get it to go. A tip into Ace. Piz, appreciate the gifted subs, buddy. A lot of subs going out there. 5 gifted from Piz. Love you, bud. Appreciate you.
Ace going to go to the line here for 2. Olmstead with a tough call to get the foul on Keith after the offensive board.
Ted puts a sad face. He didn't get one of the gifted subs. Ted, I love you, buddy. You crack me up.
Ace hits both his free throws, extends the
Uh,
lead to
Piz,
4.
Piz got guilted. He gave Ted he gave Ted a sub. That's funny. I love it.
Big block there by LSU.
There isn't CB, but we'll talk. Maybe I'll hook you up with some graphics or something. We can talk. Usually we don't have a reward for that, but maybe that's something I should think about for sure. We appreciate it, obviously, every little bit that we get. I actually pay for subscription to boost our server too on top of it. So it's so funny how people don't know some of the, and then I don't advertise it too. And I'll tell you in a second. I buy and not able to get that one to go. I don't really advertise a lot of the little things that I do, i.e. not charging the entire community tax on their purchases. I actually have to pay the tax to my accountant on all your purchases. You guys do not pay taxes. That's not something I've ever advertised in the league. Nice backdoor cut to find a buy again. Someone called it out in stream that the backdoor cuts is what keeping Navy in this game, and absolutely as they cut it to 6. But yeah, I don't charge the community tax for the purchases. So
Yeah, plus the benefit to server boosting, it gives us this crisp audio quality that you're hearing.
yes, for sure. Thank you guys for all the gift pins. Thank you for all those gift subs. Appreciate you, buddy. And obviously appreciate the Discord boost as well. Brady, I don't know what you. I mean, I guess it just depends on the playbook that you're running. I don't know what. I don't remember what the playbook is. So it could be more. It could be more focused in around like more of a 5-out kind of mentality. If your center is like a paint piece, it probably doesn't help you. Obviously, if you're a stretch inside out center, then it does. So that could be why Olmstead actually had the size advantage. I don't like that pass there. I have to force it up. Bad choice there. His game is a little bit getting away here from Navy as a strong start that they had.
Yeah, I think it was time really the key factor in why Olmstead passed that one away. But
no hands.
Yeah, I think starting to slip here is with 2 seconds left. LSU up by 10.
So 43-33. Navy, though, doing a much better job than some of the other mid-majors of what we've seen out of the gate. Putting up a fight. I like what I've seen from them. So we'll see. Aaron's going to break us down here what we saw in the first half here, though. Aaron, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, Navy definitely playing to. Playing as one of the better mid-major teams that we've seen so far. He struggled to keep up with LSU there at the end, but did a great job before then, kind of keeping pace with this very strong offensive LSU team. All of the backdoor cuts and everything definitely helping with that. As we get a highlight there of Hummel with some great work on his own.
Yeah.
An example of the backdoor cut there. LSU definitely having some slight struggles, specifically defensively dealing with these backdoor cuts. But beyond that, it's been pretty even. Like the only real deficit for Navy is they're losing the rebound game pretty heavily. But beyond that, I could definitely see the midshipmen pulling back here.
All right, well, we'll see if they keep going in that backdoor cut. We'll see if they can continue to capitalize that. That's what's kept them in this game. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. Take a look at the leading scorer. It's going to be Rack Jones with 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block.
One of the 4 seniors here for this LSU team alongside his fellow center, Ryder Chisholm, the small forward, Madame Lalaurie, and of course their star point guard, Mississippi Rivers, as that is a great start to this quarter for Navy.
Yeah, that's the way you want to start off the second half for sure. Mississippi Rivers with the ball. Gotta say his whole name. You gotta say his whole name, just because it flows. Rivers gonna drive, gets inside to Kyle Anthony now over to Giovanna Valentine. Good active hands, defensive by Hinson, and wow, Hinson's gonna get a call for the foul. He does not like the call, arguing with the refs.
Yeah, I'll admit I don't really like that call either. That was just two guys, hustling to get to the ball here. So yeah, definitely one I don't agree with, but
I feel like it could have went the other way too.
Yeah, it definitely could have.
Rack Jones gets fouled by Fell. Filippo Fell. Scrappy game so far here.
Rack Jones, though, misses the first free throw, so proven to be a smart foul by Fell down low.
Faux show. Remember, guys, Memphis, Ole Miss coming up after this. Get to see those guys for the very first time this season, as well as our last game of preseason wraps up. And then Wired is going to be busy for the next 48 hours.
Getting ready for those.
Finalizing all the things that needed to be finalized that I have not had a chance to get to. So,
getting ready for those postseason tournaments.
Remember, store is not open. Please do not buy anything in the store till actually on Monday again, just so that I do not have to. I can catch up. I know some people still won't listen to that. Counted in one as Beans with the foul.
Shot's good. Hit. Shooting one.
But yeah, I just been asking if you. I could take it out of commission, but I don't want to do that to anybody. So just cause it's more work for me. So just don't buy anything till Monday.
It's a day and a half. Y'all will be fine not buying stuff for a day and a half.
Yep, and you can buy all you want after that. I give you permission. Hellman for three. Oh, they needed that. That
Slightly too strong there.
That was a good look, though. He got a good screen and popped him open for a wide open look. Now Rivers for LSU. Hellman trying to guard him. They're going to go down to Rack Jones. Mismatch down to the low post. Jones bully ball down below.
Timeout.
Hash marks there.
Yeah, Rack Jones with 12 now. Currently perfect from the field. Rack Jones proven to be a scoring leader here for LSU. Do want to just take a quick look forward to the start of the regular season. LSU going to be playing on Friday against Texas Tech in Jamaica. Mid-majors, of course, have a bye week in week one, so progression players going to have an extra bit of time to build up the players before the start of their regular season. Ooh, what a pass from Rivers to Rack Jones. Navy kind of having issues keeping up with this LSU team now after the half.
Yeah, they've struggled here to start the second half, and the lack of consistency has hurt them. Oh, they actually had the easier pass in the corner, was wide open, and a bad pass there by Hellman turning it over.
Yeah, not something you typically see out of Hellman, but I think just feeling the pressure of the double team there. Navy currently down by 16. LSU with possession after that errant pass by Mayonnaise. LSU shooting 64% from the field. Navy only 41 at the moment. Almost had another one of those backdoor cuts, though.
Hellman splits the defense. Nice defense by Rivers, and then Hellman again, and then throws up the air ball. Good second effort by him, but just not able to get it to go.
Yeah, a couple great athletic plays by Hellman, just trying to get his team back in this, and it didn't work out for him on that possession, but still showing some great hustle is Tyler Hellman.
Hellman Trying to shake and bake. Tremonti Weston Jr. has really stepped up his defensive efforts here. They're going to give it to Hinson. Hinson now to Sniper. Sniper got to fire it up and gets it to go. That's a tough bucket there from Sniper. A 10-2 run from LSU.
Yeah, Navy finally able to get a shot, though, to stem the bleeding a bit. Tourniquet potentially applied here for Navy. They're still down by 16, though, but with the bench units coming on, I could definitely see Navy start to shrink this lead a bit here. Their bench unit has been playing incredibly well.
Yeah, for sure. And someone just asked what happened, Navy. They went away from those backdoor cuts to the basket and have been settling for more jumpers. LSU's also stepped up their defense here in the second half, which is also a big part of it as well.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of double teams out of LSU, and Navy, with all of the ball movement that LSU's doing, just has been getting a bit lost defensively.
Nice defensive play by Ryder Chisholm. Lalaurie now with the ball. Looks to push LSU in transition. Navy doing a good job to get back, though. 46 in the stream. You know what? Even though I said I'd wait for 60, I'll probably give away one or two after the game. Got to wait till I'm done streaming, though. If you could do me a favor, Aaron, can you just screenshot who's in from a viewer perspective in the actual stream and just DM that to me so that I can do a randomizer after?
Yeah, just like the user list?
Yep, the user list. That's fine.
Yeah, I can do that.
Appreciate it. I'll give away 5,000 points.
So I get my snipping tool open, that'd be great. Thank you.
Ted's like, packs, please, packs. Ted, we got to get you back in the booth to do some more content so I can give you some credits. Strong pull-up jumper, no good as Ace up with a rebound. So, tale of two halves so far for Navy in this one. This is where they kind of have fallen off the cliff here offensively. Chisholm gets stripped by Collins. Good defensive play here. Abai going to get it up to Keefe. Keefe going to drive, lays it up and in. James Keefe. And they just have not been able to sustain those LSU runs. That's what's caused them to go down by 18 here. Good defensive active hands again by the midshipman. Almost causing yet another turnover. Pull up jumper from Toes. Bank is open. ATM card accepted, Aaron.
Yeah, LSU continuing to keep the pressure up here on Navy. Again, the defense just looking a little lost, not really able to keep up with the pace that LSU just seems to be able to move the ball at.
Well, the other piece to this too is the reason they were shooting so well early on and their shooting percentages was high is they're doing exactly that, getting to the rim. They have not been doing that here in the second half. They just started getting back to it here, but as Miller are going to go to the line and shoot too, but they haven't done that prior, right? It's the first part of this second half. They've just got away from that.
Yeah, I think the adjustments that Coach Hellman discussed in the locker room just didn't end up working, and it just took a bit too long, I think, for the midshipmen to adjust back to it.
So 55-40. This is 59-40 rather. Pull up jumper, no good. Chisholm, nice rebound and put back.
Able to get that one back with three different midshipmen in his face.
Chisholm coming over for his senior year here at LSU, looking to try to get some more playing time. Was a big bench contributor for the Illinois Fighting Illini last couple seasons. So see if he gets a little bit more time here with LSU. Keefe, pull up jumper with a man in his face, can't get it to go. Toes up with a rebound. No hands off the glass. Eye up with the rebound. This is where Navy needs to keep attacking and get to the rim on those. And a nice play by Chisholm.
Yeah, I definitely see a lot of good signs here for Navy moving forward. This LSU team, just the pace at which they play, I think a bit too much for the midshipmen, especially after the attempted adjustments at the half ended up not working.
Yeah, like I said, they played a good first half, sticking right with LSU, but they've gotten away from their bread and butter, which was attacking the rim early on. So, but it's a good experience. Listen, 40 points for them through 3 quarters. You know, if you look at where Boise State finished against Baylor, they finished with 57 total points. So, and I know they're higher. I don't think that's going to count. It does not. No, it does not. So fourth quarter coming your way. Just kind of looking at the points for Navy, kind of finding themselves as a mid-pack team from what I've seen so far. So we'll see how that plays out for them this season as they continue to grind. Hopefully by the start of the season they'll be in better shape. But a good start from an X's and O's perspective. Let's get those 4s up in stream chat. 55 double nickel in the stream. Appreciate y'all tuning in for this one. 61-40.
Yeah, and I mean, there's definitely some good signs out of this Navy team, right? The ball movement that I've seen, especially, is great, and I think against a team less prepared for it than it seems LSU is, those quick, precise back and forth passes could definitely put some teams on the back foot and allow them to attack the rim better.
Well, the one thing that we've been talking so much about Navy, right? Let's talk a little bit about LSU because I feel like Navy's gotten a lot of love here. I know we're hyping up a lot of these mid-major teams, so and rightfully so. But LSU, obviously the SEC is the top 2. We know it's probably going to be Kentucky. Probably going to be Tennessee right there, 1-2 or 2-1, depending on how that shakes out. I think that's just how it stands right now from what we've seen so far. Not only from a recruiting perspective, but like just where they've been as a program the last 2 seasons. But talk to me a little bit about where you see LSU falling out in the SEC, Aaron.
It's very clear that Tennessee. Definitely a big favorite there. I could see LSU kind of fitting in that mid pack. Definitely well within I think that 3-4 spot. But there's a lot of unknowns this season, especially with how even all of these teams seem to be going into the regular season. So I could very easily see LSU threaten for that number 2 spot and potentially surprise some people and maybe end up winning the SEC.
It'll be interesting. That's a bold statement. Obviously, I'm not going to fault you for your opinion because everybody has one, right? And that I do think LSU is going to definitely be more, at least in my eyes right now, based on what I've seen so far here. They could definitely challenge for the 2. I don't know if they're good enough to challenge for the number 1 overall spot, but that's just my opinion. And again, I just said you have your opinion, I have your opinion. We all have them, right? They say everybody's got one, but I could see LSU being more of that mid-pack. I do think Auburn hasn't really shown me much. Swoosh is calling Auburn out as 1, LSU 2. I think he's been hanging out with Dickey a little bit too much, smoking some stuff, but got to win a ball game first. I think that's the first thing you got to do to maybe put you guys number 1. No offense, but also like you said, to your point, it's a little early to tell where it's going to fall out because there's so much of the season that to go. We haven't even started, so
yeah. Not only that, but just all of the teams that we've seen play against each other, except for maybe a handful, they've all been super back and forth. Very much a case of, anybody can beat anybody on a given day. which I don't think, at least since I've been in the league, it's not something that I've really seen out of the level of competition here in the CSBA.
Yeah, without a doubt. And going back to your point about why you can see them potentially challenging, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I just had a different mindset. I will say this LSU team is deeper than they've been in the past. So I think that, and the fact that they've got a guy, and we talked about Kyle being a guy that obviously is getting involved with the league. So I can see Kyle Anthony being a player. Just because of what Kyle's going to able to earn for his player, doing a lot of the stuff he's doing for us. Kyle Anthony being a player who's probably going to progress as he goes along here, just making LSU even more tougher. And you have veterans like a Mississippi Rivers or Rack Jones, who's got that championship pedigree. You've got some deeper players here that have been around the program a little bit that are starting to buy in. So I can see why you would say what you said, and counting on one there is Tremonti Weston Jr. commits the foul. Filippo Fell going to go to the line to shoot one. But
yeah, and I'll admit a part of where I base my opinion on is the fact that from the rosters I've been looking at, LSU has one of the most experienced rosters this season in the CSBA. They've only got the one freshman in Kyle Anthony, but everyone beyond that has at least played a season, and more, roughly half their team has been here for 4 seasons already. So I think the experience is going to be a really key factor for LSU competing in the SEC.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I'm excited. Coach Dillon's been around a while. He knows the makeup of his team, and I'm excited to see what LSU is going to be able to do. And I know Navy is kind of getting beat up right now, but I'd love to see what they did if they could play the way they played that entire first quarter. Here in the second. Remember, guys, we've got a third game coming up right after this one. Memphis and Ole Miss, get to see them for the very first time. We get to see what Ole Miss is made of, right? We talked about the SEC. We have not seen Ole Miss. We have not seen Memphis to see what they're able to do in the American Conference, which is another conference which is interesting too, because we've talked a lot about, Aaron, about how deep the American Conference is now with the little bit of the reshuffle, combining the Pac-12 and kind of converting it into like a hybrid American / Pac-12 type conference. So
yeah, and the American Conference, when the Pac-12 was the Pac-12, it was always very much Gonzaga's going to be number 1, period, end of story. It's about who's going to end up in that number 2 spot. But I think this season with the reshuffle, it's not as clear cut, especially with how Oregon State was able to do in recruiting. With Memphis, Houston, and Cincinnati coming in as well. I think the American's going to be one of those conferences that's going to be kind of super difficult to really predict.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. There's a lot of difficult to predict, I think, going into the season, which just says something that I think a lot of people have been clamoring for, a little bit more parity across the CSBA. So I'm excited to see that. I mean, we didn't see really a lot of blowouts in preseason, which is a testament to how far we've come as a league, right? And how it's kind of been built out. So
yeah, like just taking a look at all the different conferences, including the mid-majors, I think the only one that feels like it's kind of set is the Mountain West, and even that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, for sure. Really quickly, Brady Streamer's asking a question. How many points do you get for 1K? So what I would tell you right now, 2 things. 1,
hold.
Do not spend them. They're not worth buying a badge or whatever, but if you're going to use your progression points, 1K is not enough to get you anything. There is actually a menu list of how much everything actually costs. In the progression how-to, there's a Word document that literally has the costs of everything. If you haven't read it, go read it, know it. You're going to need to know it for when you save up. It is not worth applying any points to your player until you get to that 20K mark. And the reason I say that is because you will go from a 70 to a 77 overall in one shot. If you were to spend the points that you have to spend for packs to actually push your guy up, right? Those points, in full transparency, will not get you to a 7. So the 20K is actually almost a discount.
Yeah.
Considering what it would actually take you to get to a 77 overall from a 70, just based on the way the player, how the upgrades go. And so, like, if you spent 20,000 in points, it probably would get you around 3 or 4 packs, and you probably would only go up to a 71, 72, 73-ish. So you're better off saving for the 20K, and then start buying the packs, and then start buying the badges based off of your progression points.
Yeah, definitely the most important starting point, I think, for any progression player, just coming in. If you're not a blue chip progression player already, grind for that first, because like Wired mentioned, that's an immediate jump up, 7 overall points, which in the grand scheme of things is a huge difference, which is why Boise State's such a favorite in the Mountain West, because they have so many of those blue chip progression players already.
So Ty said, I thought they couldn't even pack up unless they're 77. No, they can. I just strongly advise not, because it's not worth it. It's wasted points, in my opinion.
Yeah. It is less beneficial to pack up before blue chip than it is to pack
it's
up
almost
afterward.
like 3 times the grind the other way. So, yes, you can make yourself anywhere from 70 to 71, 72, but the 20K is better to go up 7 overall points just to get to that base blue. It doesn't make sense logistically to do it any other way. You can do it. No, I'm never going to tell anybody that they can't. I just wouldn't advise it. I know 20K seems far away, but if I'm not mistaken, the mid-majors don't have any games next week, so between this week and next week, you can probably have a blue chip by the time you start week 1, which is, you wouldn't the other way. So, just
because we're talking 3 games a day, 3 hours total. That'll get you.
It's 18 hours, literally 18 hours.
Yeah, you'll get roughly 1,000 points. 1,000 points a game?
No, I think it's around 500. I'm just doing the math right now. It might be close to. I think with the sub you get a little bit more. It's 1.2, and then I think there's streaks if you're watching each game. It's around 500. It's around 500 a game. I'm not gonna lie, but again, you had all of this week for those guys that were in high school. They had all those games that they could have. And then you got all of next week. We got about 18 hours. Plus, you never know if we have a wired up or. And you got all the check-ins. Don't forget about all the check-ins. And then if the numbers continue to be good, I'll continue to throw out random 5,000 points here, 3,000 points there, that type of thing. So if you guys continue to support it, I'll continue to try to support you back. So it's a combination of everything, but just don't rely on that. We have 60 mid-major players, so. I can't give it to everybody, so you got to just make sure you're here to support, and I do see who's here. So, yeah, basically watch the game is very important. That is where you're going to get a bulk. And, again, we don't care whether you're here. If you have it open, have it open. If you're not talking, you're not talking, but at least you're here. So, plus, we also got high school probably coming, too, so there's probably another 3 hours of streams on top of it. So, a lot of games, a lot of ways to get points. So,
yeah. Navy coming up short, though. They end up losing to LSU by 31. Again, a lot of good I saw out of this Navy team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tale of 2 halves. Let's just look at it really quickly. The first half, look at that. I mean, even the first quarter, they were down 1.
Yeah.
Second quarter fell off a little bit. This is where it started to fall off. They trailed by 10. A really rough third quarter, and fourth quarter average. Not terrible, not great. So.
Yeah, I do want to if you go back to that third quarter real quick, I do want to highlight that's where Navy really went away from attacking the basket.
Yep.
They were averaging for the first, second, and fourth quarter you know,
Look at this, 60. I mean, I'm not gonna cut you. I don't mean to cut you off, but 60. They shot 67. They went to the rim. They went to the basket in this first quarter. That is exactly what. I mean, you don't shoot 67% as a mid-major without doing that, right? I mean, that's just fact.
yeah,
So,
but I mean, they had 6 points in the paint in the first, 10 in the second. It went all the way down to 2 points in the paint in the third quarter, and then back up to 10 in the fourth.
right. I mean, you can see they started getting back to it. They shoot 50%, right? So that you can
Yeah.
see where their bread and butter was higher percentage looks. So what else stands out for you?
Yeah, I mean, points in the paint is a big thing. Second chance points is huge, which of course, Navy got out rebounded defensively by 16, offensively by 7. So rebounding definitely a weakness at the moment for this midshipman team. But again, a lot of good did come from it. They tied in steals, only had the one block, but that's because LSU is a different beast overall.
Yeah, for sure.
Their bench did incredibly well, only being outscored by 11, and I think actually won a couple of those quarters off the bench. So again, there's a lot of good signs for this Navy team, but you know, once they find an identity as far as how they want to play the game, they definitely need to stick with that.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. 86-55 LSU wins this one going away. Let's talk about the scores. James Keefe, 5 of 10 from the field for 12 points, a rebound, 3 assists. Tyler Hellman, 11 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. So 2 players in double figures. Hellman's going to need to watch the turnovers there. I know he had 2 in this game and try to improve his efficiency if he can, 4 of 12. Harrison Miller, 9 points, 2 assists, 3 of 5 shooting, 2 of 3 from downtown. So Miller able to fill it up. Filippo Fell, 6 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Very efficient night for him. 3 of 4 shooting. Would love to see the rebounds go up a little bit higher for Fell. Zion Abaya, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 5 dimes for Abaya on 3 of 9 shooting, Aaron. So that was a pretty good job distributing the basketball by Abaya. Jacob Cool Beans, 5 points, rebound, and assist on 2 of 6. Speedy Sniper, 4 points, a rebound on 2 of 2. KJ Collins, 2 points, 2 assists, and a steal. And Elijah Hinson, 2 rebounds, assists, and a steal on 0 of 2 shooting. And Brady Olmstead, 4 rebounds and a block. So some things for Navy to work on. Take us through really quickly through LSU, Aaron.
Yeah, Rack Jones, your player of the game, I'm like 90% sure. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks on 2 of 11 shooting. Mississippi Rivers, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists on 6 of 7. So 2 very high efficiency scores here for LSU. Definitely a good sign for them moving forward. Jimmy No Hands, 12 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Shot 50% from beyond the arc. So again, another great efficient game here for an LSU player. Ryder Chisholm Jr., 10 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. So the center duo here for LSU, dominating the boards, both of them scoring in double digits, getting a fair handle of blocks as well. Lee Toes, 8 points, 1 rebound.
I was going to say just really quickly
assist.
about Chisholm. That's probably one of his best games I've seen him play so far this CSBA. So hopefully he can continue that through the season. Keep going.
Yeah, Litos, like I said, 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Didn't have the most efficient game. Was 0 of 4 from, or 0 of 5 rather, from beyond the arc, and only 4 of 11 shooting. So if he's able to improve that efficiency again, would be a great sign for this LSU roster. Valentine, 7 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and a block. Again, another efficient scoring game for him. 3 of 4 from the field. Weston Jr. with 6 points and an assist on 3 of 5 shooting.
I'd like to see Weston do a little bit more. He was in the starting point guard role tonight. I think I would like to see him distribute a little bit more. And I don't know if that's just because Mississippi Rivers was playing the 2 today, if that's the reason why he kind of acquiesced to him. But I think Weston needs to pick up his assist game just a little bit. Anyway, that's my
yeah, Keith Ace with 6 points, 8 rebounds, and an assist. Didn't shoot a lot from the field. Was fouled a decent number of times, 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Anthony finishes with 2 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. And to round it out for LSU, LaLaurie with 2 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal made his only bucket he attempted in this one.
All right. Good game, good showing by Navy. We see they know what they got to do to work on. Obviously, LSU setting themselves up for a good run in the SEC, so it's good to see them come out. We're going to be right back. Memphis, Ole Miss coming up. Literally 2 minutes. Come right back. Again, I'll throw up those free giveaways to the Progression guys after the game. Appreciate y'all tuning in. There's going to be one more. Get those viewership points. Another 500 points that you could probably get right now. So make sure you stick around for that. We'll be right back. For Aaron, I'm Scott Drake, AK Ward 71. CSB out. We'll be back.